Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen Odd, and these are Karen's Oddities. If you watch any of my recent shorts, you probably know that I visited Puerto Rico for my 30th birthday. It was a lot of fun, and I will make a video just talking about my experience traveling to Puerto Rico for the first time, some of the things that my friends and I did, and things that I would recommend if you're planning on traveling there, or if you're planning on celebrating your 30th birthday. On my way there in the flight, I want to start by saying I did bring with me my notebook. I've referenced this notebook in one of my videos, the video where I talk about how sex was my reward when I closed on my home. I referenced this notebook. I've had this notebook since July 13th of 2022. I'm almost halfway through with it. And I brought this notebook with me because I wanted to make sure that I gave myself time to write and reflect, not just when I was on the flight, but also when I was on my trip. I knew that there was going to be some downtime. And as of recently, I've been very intentional about writing things down, whether those are ideas, dreams, goals, to-do list, emotions, what have you. So I brought my notebook with me, and we had 2 flights to Puerto Rico. We had a long layover in, I believe it was Orlando, but not the point. On one of my flights, I decided, let's pull out this notebook, and I had the idea that I wanted to write down 30 things that I would like to accomplish in my 30th year as a 30-year-old. So this is my list. I wanted to share it with you guys, and nothing on here is too personal, so I'm going to share it. I was talking to someone earlier today, and they asked me if they could see my list and if it was too personal. I think only one item on there is one that I'm embarrassed about. You can take a guess at which one. Maybe some people may think multiple of these items, let me get this for the dog, are embarrassing, but I'm really only embarrassed by one of the items on here. But nonetheless, let me get to it. And let me know in the comments below, what do you think about my list? Let me know if you did anything similar for your 30th birthday or for any other monumental birthday. Things that you recommend should be on the list, because I was struggling once I got to the end. I think there are 3 spots that I left blank, and I left them intentionally blank. 1, because I couldn't think of anything else, and 2, because I figured I can leave those 3 spaces blank for things that I may end up accomplishing in this 30th year that I didn't expect to accomplish, right? That would have been good things to put on the list, because I think that, what is that saying? You make plans and the devil laughs at you, or is it God laughs at you? One of the two, right? Not the point. Let's get into it. Here is my list. You can't see clearly there, but there are 3 items down here that I basically left blank. So the first thing I want to do in my 30s for sure is I want to take swim lessons. Some may argue that that's an embarrassing one. When I sent this list to one of my friends, he's like, you don't know how to swim? And I told him, I was like, I'm going to send you the list, but I don't need you to judge me. I don't know how to swim. And guess what? There are a lot of adults that don't know how to swim. Not that I'm making excuses, but I'm just saying there are a lot of adults that don't know how to swim. And on top of that, I think that there are adults that think that they know how to swim, but they don't know how to swim. I want to take actual swim lessons with a lifeguard or a swim coach and learn how to swim and ensure that I know how to swim. I think it's super important to know, and it's a super important skill that everyone should know, not just children, adults should know as well, for ourselves, and also to help someone if you needed to. I'm not saying go the whole lifeguard route, right? But it's an important skill. I know how to do CPR, Heimlich maneuver, whatever. You should know how to swim. I should know how to swim. That's my first thing. I want to take swim lessons. I do have a friend of mine that doesn't know how to swim either, and her and I talked about, committing to taking these lessons. So I'm going to follow up with her and see if she wants to be my commitment partner. The second thing I have on here, I want to become intermediate in a 3rd language. I'm currently fluent in, obviously, English and Spanish, but I started picking up in Portuguese, and I was focusing on learning how to speak Portuguese. So I would like to become intermediate in Portuguese and pick that back up. I was using Duolingo, and I was also using Rosetta Stone. I'm considering purchasing the Rosetta Stone package. I don't know what the price is now, but the last time I checked a couple of years ago, I tried to get my family to buy it for me. They didn't want to. I believe you could have access to, I think it was over 300 languages. No, it was backwards. Point is, it was like $300, but you had access to like unlimited languages. And it's like, that's not bad at all. And I could have all these numbers wrong. This was a couple of years ago. Point is, I'm going to download Duolingo again and use that as a free option, but I'm also going to explore purchasing the Rosetta Stone license and probably purchasing it for multiple languages versus just one. Even if my family doesn't want to buy it, I'm going to invest in this for myself. Rosetta Stone was super duper useful for me. It was offered through my employer and I was using one of the licenses. No longer a program offered, but definitely something I'm going to explore because the software and training on there was super duper helpful, easy to follow, well structured. And Rosetta Stone has been in this game of language access and language training and learning for a long time. Third thing is, that one I may not share on here because it's private. So we'll skip number 3. Anyway, 4. I would like to commit to 6 months of celibacy. The last time, it was 6 months. Yeah, it was 6 months. So when I said that I was rewarding myself with, no, it wasn't 6 months. 7 minus 10 is not 6. It was about 4 months because it was June. Was it June? Was it May? Not the point. I think it was 4 or 5 months. But I would like to commit to 6 months of celibacy. And what I mean by celibacy, I don't just mean any form of sexual intercourse with another human being, whether that is oral, anal, vaginal, etc. We're not going to get into that in this video. I also mean pornography. I want to commit to 6 months of solid celibacy. I think that there are great benefits when you do that, when you eliminate that distraction, when you eliminate feeding into every desire that you have as a human. I think that when you do that, not only does it teach you discipline, but it also allows you to focus on other areas of your life that may need attention. I think that it decreases the ability of sex to cloud your judgment and ultimately makes you a better person. I think the longer that people do it, the more admirable I find them. And I have a lot of respect for people that are able to do that. I'm sure I could go longer than 6 months, but I don't want to do that to myself. The 5th thing on here is, I think I've talked about this before. I really, really want to travel to Egypt. It was going to be my 30th birthday trip in February, but I know that visas are required and I have a group of friends that I want to do this with. So in order for me to do that, I really have to give myself and my friends the opportunity to plan to be able to take this trip. So I do plan to travel to Egypt before the end of this year while I'm in my 30s. I guess it could be next year, February, right? But I plan to do it while I'm in my 30th year. It is my gift to myself. I want to travel to Egypt. I want to see the pyramids. I want to see the Nile River. I want to ride a camel. I want to just explore and see, explore Egypt. Okay, what's next? I would like to commit to read 30 books. And that may sound like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, different books are different lengths, right? I enjoy reading, and I think that if I set this up as one of my goals, this will commit me to follow through to reading and completing books. I've always loved reading. Even as a child, I would always love reading. My mom would get me books. I'd love going to the bookstore. When Scholastic would come, I'd love purchasing a book. I always had a book in my hand. And as an adult, sometimes I know that even those of us that enjoyed reading as kids, it's difficult, right? You have life, you have kids, you have family, you have social media, you have so many other things distracting us. You're tired. But I think if I commit to this and I write it on this list, I will make it happen. So 30 books. If you have any book recommendations, please drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. The 7th thing on here is I want to complete my program management professional certification application. I've already taken several training courses, and I do want to become a project management professional. So I want to complete that certification, but in order for me to complete the certification, I first have to apply to the program. So it's a goal of mine that I've had for probably a year now. I need to close the loop on that and accomplish it. The 8th thing on here is I need to establish an IRA plan, so a retirement plan. That's something that I currently don't have set up that I probably should have done several years ago, but I really want to commit to closing the loop and getting that set up. The 9th thing on here, I would like to enroll in graduate school. I currently hold a bachelor's degree, but I would like to have a graduate degree or at least start my journey towards obtaining a graduate degree. I would likely focus on psychology. That's always been what I call my first love. I love everything about psychology. It fascinates me, the way that the mind works, the way that people interact with each other, the reasons people do whatever they do, their motivations, their desires, how the mind works. It's a fascinating thing. Like, our minds are flip-flopping amazing. Number 10. I would like to take lessons on how to ride a bike. Ding, ding, ding. This is the embarrassing one. And I want to learn how to ride a bike. Disclosure. I rode a bike when I was younger. I knew how to ride a bike. Some people will argue with me still to this day and say you never forget how to ride a bike. That's not true. It's not that I have forgotten how to do it. My balance is just not there the way it was when I was younger. I tried to relearn again, but I would like to take lessons, and I'm sure it would require like hours or like days. I'm sure it just takes like a couple of tries, and maybe I'm just afraid of falling, which is, we have that fear in a lot of things, right? Fear of falling in love, fear of failure. Maybe that's what's holding me back, and I'm confusing that with balance. But I do want to take bicycle lessons. So when I sent this list to my friend that I also like, I decided to like cover that with a pen. I literally placed the pen like right above number 10 so that he couldn't read that one. Next, I would like to attend a meditation retreat. I had a previous boss of mine. I know she attended, I think it was like a 30-day retreat. I think it was in Canada. I don't remember if she did all 30 days, but she talked about her experience, like how amazing and profound it was. And I can just imagine, right? You have a location where you have people all focused on the same goal, dedicated to focusing on personal growth, meditation, introspection, reflection. Like, how valuable is that? Like, I would love to do that. I cannot afford to take 30 days off of work, even if it's paid. I could not. Like, my work would suffer, not even my pockets, my work would suffer. But if I can find a retreat that I can go to for maybe 2 full days, right? Do 48 hours there. I'd love to do that, even if it's something small like that. Number 12, I would like to complete a 30-day fast. And I've fasted here and there on and off. I don't eat until it's after 2 p.m. or I don't eat until after 6 p.m. and only eat 1 meal a day. I've done different variations of fasting, but I actually want to commit to doing it consistently for 30 days, which is like, a spin on turning 30, do this for 30 days, blah, 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 blah. Next on here, along the lines of fasting, I would like to complete a sugar detox for 30 days. I know that these are getting super popular. I know that sugar is super bad for us, and it's found in almost everything that we consume. So I can't even imagine how difficult that one is going to be for me. But I would love to try to do a sugar detox. And I know it's going to require a lot of planning and a lot of discipline. And I know that people are going to get on my last nerve. But that's really something I want to try to do. I want to see how removing sugar from my diet and lifestyle can impact my life. Number 14, I would like to reestablish contact with an estranged family member. I have a pretty large family, but there's a lot of divide in my family. Too much divide, in my opinion, and I think it's a shame because we're all like adults, and you would think that people would be able to put aside their ego and differences for the better good, for the sake that, life is short and we are family. We should work together better. We should get past our differences, have conversations like adults, whatever. Hasn't happened. So I've considered reestablishing contact with at least one of my estranged family members, maybe just starting there, right? That's something that I want to take the leap and do. And mind you, the issues that my family has are not related to me. So it's not like I have to reach out and apologize. But I think that at this point, if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it, just because I'm just like, this is so silly. It's so silly to hold grudges and be upset with someone over something that happened years ago. It's silly, unnecessary. Number 15, commit to 30 days of meditation. And I've done this before, but I want to do it again. Ideally, I would love to be able to get to the point where I'm meditating every single day and it doesn't seem like a chore. I don't have to remind myself. Like, I have this structured routine where I give myself a certain amount of time to meditate. Meditation can be super powerful, especially when you build upon it. if you do it gradually and if you do it consistently and correctly and with intentionality, it is transformative. And I'm not even an expert, so I can't even imagine like the people that have been practicing meditation for years. Like, I'm sure they levitate and shit. Also, I think I experienced levitation once before, but we're not going to get into that. It was when I was doing this like meditation consistently, I experienced some weird stuff. Okay, what else is on here? Number 16, I want to get another tattoo. That's just like a fun one, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 tattoos right now. Yes, I have 5. Something I have to count. I want to get a 6th one. Most of my tattoos can be hidden, are hidden. But I want to get a 6th one, and my 6th one is going to be pretty large, and tattoos are pretty flip-flop and expensive. I reached out to the artist that I would like to do my tattoo. He responded to me, and part of me is like, I thought he wasn't going to be available, but he is. So now I'm like, do I want to spend $1,000 or more on a tattoo right now? Probably not. But maybe I can book the appointment. We can figure out a plan for what the tattoo is going to be. It's going to be along my hip. I have a thigh tattoo, and I would like this new tattoo to like lead into that hip. No, my hip tattoo to lead into the thigh tattoo. Next thing, number 17, I want to take a solo trip. I've taken one to Washington, D.C., but I was already in Baltimore, so I really don't count it. Like, I didn't get on a plane and go stay the night there. I went to D.C., I explored the monuments, I treated myself to lunch at Fogo de Chao, walked around, took some pictures. It was a solo trip. It was like a baby solo trip. I want to take a real solo trip where I go out of my way. I plan ahead. This is where I'm going. This is the flight. This is where I'm staying. I'm going to do this, that. I'm going to be alone. I want to take a solo trip. I want to commit to get a massage every other month. I am in love with massages when they're good. They're amazing. They're amazing. Amazing. I could say it like 10 times. Transformative. Like, they're so healing. I feel so good after I get one. And I need one now. Like, I need to schedule my next one. But I want to get one every other month. And tattoos. Massages can be expensive, and I recognize that. But I figure if it's $100, then that's $600 a year that I spend on my well-being. You know, it's worth it. I'm worth it. They're not always $100. They can be less, but if you want a good quality one, or depending on the amount of time you get it done for, and if you're tipping the person, expect $100 and up, right? I think I can commit to spend $600 a year on myself and my peace, well-being, stress management, etc. The next thing on here is I want to get a professional photo shoot done. I see a lot of people getting them done. They have great ideas. I have a lot of cool ideas that I would like to put together in some type of a photo shoot where I'd want to do different themes. I'd pick my outfits. I want to do a photo shoot with Jack, my dog. He's a pug in some of my videos. I want to do a naked photo shoot with him. I know that sounds weird. Hear me out. I want to do a professional photo shoot. So I need to find a photographer that I trust seeing me naked, and one that is going to be open-minded about some of the ideas I have for a photo shoot. Stay tuned. Number 20, I want to commit to 3 networking appointments. And what I mean by networking appointments are connecting with someone that either I already know professionally, where I have a professional relationship that I see as a mentor that has helped me through things professionally, that has great insight, or establishing a connection with a new person or people or a group that I know can help elevate me to the next level when we talk about professional goals, whether that's educational or in the workforce. I want to have at least 3 of those appointments. I could have said more, but I think 3 is reasonable. It happens through my work, but I want to do it outside of my work and more personally for some of the goals that I have for myself. What else is on here? What number are we on? Okay, 21, almost done. I want to have a fake sick day. This one's a lame one maybe, but it's like, I mean, I've done that in my last jobs, but in this job, I've never had a fake sick day where I'm just like, hey, I'm not feeling well today. I've never done that. I don't know if I've used any of my sick days. I think I have over 60 sick days available. Yeah, like over 2 months of sick time. I don't really use my sick time. Even when I get sick, like now I work from home, and let me knock on wood. This is not even wood, but my dog just jumped up. It's me, buddy. It's no one, buddy. It was me knocking. Jackson, it was me, bubby. He's crazy. Jackie, bubby. Anyway, there's his tail. Yeah, I want to take a personal day and honestly probably just go get a massage, freaking sleep in, eat whatever I want, watch Disney Plus. Like, I want to take a sick day and use it as like a personal day because I haven't done that before. I want to commit to 30 days of no media. This one, along with the sugar one, these are going to be my most difficult ones. And by no media, I'm describing that as no music, no social media, no news, both written and televised, and no television. 30 days. If I eliminate social media, I'd have to delete YouTube apps. If I eliminate YouTube, the app, Instagram app, Reddit, my phone might fall over. I don't really watch TV, but I think I can do it, but I'm just like, that one's going to be so difficult. You know what's going to make it difficult? Music. Like, can I live without music for 30 days? I have a lot of songs that I know and I can probably like sing them, but I'm like, can I live without music for 30 days? Number 23. This one's also kind of a personal one, but I don't care. I want to schedule an appointment with Sanabello. I want to explore cool sculpting on different parts of my body. And I am also taking on some fitness goals of mine. So I think that once I reach some fitness goals that I have, I do want to have a free consultation at Sanabello just to see what the results could be if I did dry sculpting and what that would cost me. And my dog is right above us right now. Sit down, bubby. He's finding his spot. Okay. What else do I have here? Number 24. I told some of my friends that came to my housewarming that there is a section in my house that I found that is essentially like a secret hiding spot. I'm trying to be very selective of how I describe it. There's a secret hiding spot in my house that I discovered when I was cleaning up for my housewarming that is apparent to me that whoever had the house before me and whoever worked on the house left it there intentionally. It is a secret hiding spot. So I was thinking, like, how can I use this space? You know, I made a joke with my friends and I'm like, this is like a spot for like a gun, drugs, and money. And like, I don't have any of those three. I mean, I have money, but it's in the bank, right? But I'm like, what could I use this space for? So then I decided I want to create an altar. I want to create a manifestation altar. I've gotten pretty deep into manifestation over the last couple of months. Definitely not an expert, still learning a lot, but very strongly believe in the ability that manifestation has when it's done correctly and when it's done with the right intentionality. So I'd like to create an altar. And maybe I'll share what the altar looks like or what it contains if I can do so without giving away the secret hiding spot in this house. But I want to create a manifestation altar, and I want to do that in my 30th year. Number 26, I don't want to share that one as well because it's related to my work. Number 27, I would like to get a facial. I've never professionally had a facial done. I have my own little lame skincare routine at home, and it's lame because when I watch these YouTube videos or things on Instagram of other people in their skincare routines, it's like they have like all these steps and I'm just like really basic. Literally. I put the cleanser on while I'm in the shower. I let it sit on there. I wash my body, rinse it off. That's really it. I wear sunscreen. I have this like rose gold oil thing. It's not even, yeah, rose petal gold oil thing. I put that on my face. Sometimes when I'm feeling frisky, not even for that, frisky is not the word. I can't think of the word. Anyway, when I'm feeling crazy, whatever, I have these under eye gold eye mask. It's literally for the under eye. I'll put those on. I have the Biore pore, charcoal pore pull off things. I may do those every once in a while, but that's it. I don't really have a skincare routine. Like, I don't have a fancy skincare routine. I don't use these fancy products. I don't go out of my way to do that. Point is, I'd like to get a facial. I do get weirded out about facials because I feel like they seem so rough. Like, you know, people that get like the chemical peel. I'm like, I do not want a chemical put on my face that basically burns off the first layer of my face and makes my face shed and I look like a freaking dying anaconda. I don't want that. Like, I just want, give me some good treatment, put some nice oils, like put some cucumbers on, whatever the flip-flop they do. But don't do that freaking chemical peel stuff or like dig deep in my pores and try to dig out gold from my, don't do that. I'm like, that can't be good. Our skin is so sensitive on our face. Like, it's thin. This is, you know, there are parts of our body that are like thicker skin, which maybe like, I don't know where, my knees maybe, but elbows are thicker skin. Like, faces are not, they're thin. Okay. And the last ones are blank. That's it. The last 3 on here, I left them blank because I said, leave 3 blanks for things that you'd like. Oh, leave these blank for things that you will do or end up doing in your 30th year that may end up surprising you. I couldn't read my handwriting for a moment. And that is my list. Excuse me. My dog is staring at me. He's so funny. He's literally staring at me. Go to sleep, Bubby. That is my list. Let me know what you think. And we can check in a year from now and see what I accomplished on that list or what is still pending. But I'm confident once I write it down, I'm doing it. I made a post the other day on Instagram that said, lately everything I write down happens. And that is so true. Like, I've been so deep in my manifestation that everything that I've been writing, when I started writing on July 13, 2022, it's happening. It's really cool, but it's also really scary, right? Because you can manifest bad things just as quickly and easily as you can manifest good things. So it's important to be positive and be intentional about the things that we want, the things that we say, the things that we think about, the things in media that we absorb, the people that we surround ourselves with. All of those things matter when you are manifesting and when you are asking for something, hoping for something, praying, desiring something. Everything you think can become a reality and will become a reality. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever and whatever time it may be when you watch this. I'll see you guys in the next video.